Have you ever been with a brother? We go take you through any weather. Start crying up and make you wetter. So me things center. Won't pass you what to do you better. We become closer, babe. Make I put you on my roster, babe. Put my weapon in your holster, babe. Your last supper was a joker, babe. Maybe they laugh like a drama. When the music be right, the party mix with things you like a banana. Situation get up.
Welcome, one and all, to the ballroom of Union Station in downtown Indianapolis, Indiana. It's the 26th ENNIE Tabletop RPG Awards. Sponsored in part by Backer Kit, Black Oak Workshop, Campaign Coins, Chepeku, Hero Forge, Magpie Games, and the District Tap. Special thanks to our silent auction company sponsors and to all of our judges, staff, and volunteers. To begin the evening, please welcome to the stage Professor Dungeon Master.
Welcome, everyone, to the 2026 ENNIE Award. I am your host for this evening, Professor Dungeon Master.
And I'm Deathbringer.
Honor the most talented artists, writers, editors, and cartographers and game designers in the industry.
So then why are you here?
Well, because they asked me.
Matt Colville wasn't available?
No. Okay, probably yes, but I have had an impact on this industry.
Really? How many Ennies have you won?
Okay, none.
How many times have you been nominated?
None.
So let's award Ennies to people who do have talent.
All right.
The nominees for the Best Adventure Long Form are Historica Arcanum, Serenade for the Damned by Metis Creative. Terra Antarctica, Edge Studio. The Spark Devil, H.P. Lovecraft Historical Society. Doom of 1,000 Doors, Manadon Tabletop Games and +1 XP. And Vaesen, City of My Nightmares by Free League.
And the first award of the night, the Silver ENNIE for Best Adventure Long Form, goes to Historica Arcanum Serenade for the Damned.
Sorry, it's all the way in the back. Woo! Thank you. A bit of a shock, honestly. Metis Creative is from Istanbul, Turkey, and I'm here representing most of the team who are back in Turkey. So on behalf of the team, thanks to the judges, thanks to the voters, thanks to all of you for all your inspiration that you've given us, all your stories. This was a story that was kind of said was not really an RPG story in the beginning, so I'm glad to prove those people wrong. And thanks to the artists, the visual team, the other writers, the creative director, and the fearless leader Sarp back in Istanbul. And yeah, thank you, everybody. This way? All right.
And the Gold ENNIE for Best Adventure Long Form goes to Vaesen, City of My Nightmare.
So this is big for me. At the heart, Vaesen is about telling stories about historical places, stories about the unseen creatures, and the people that are able to see them. And I want to thank the unseen people in the team behind this book. So I want to thank Johan Egerkrans, which is one of the fantastic illustrators that sort of sparked the inspiration for all of this in IP. I also want to thank Anton Vitus, who brought the characters to life. They always seem like they're caught on picture in the book. And I think that that sort of sparked my fantasy to go even further in telling their stories. And I also want to thank the Free League for letting me be part of telling the stories in Vasan. And you all for playing them and for giving us appreciation for creating them. So thank you so much.
Again? The city of my nightmares is Newark, New Jersey. That's the state where I live. All right, before we go any further, I'd like all the nominees to stand up and let's give them a round of applause. Every nominee. That's right. You have come a long way, all of you, all the way from your parents' basements, because that's where we all came from. And now, the next category is Best Adventure Short Form. We have Camp Snallygaster by Pandian Games. The Bride of Pendle from Miskatonic Repository. The White Horse of Lovale by Tanya Herrero. Tragedy at Zaya's Theater by Munkau. Whispers in the Woods by Heltung Storytelling. Give it up. And the Silver ENNIE for Best Adventure Short Form goes to The Bride of Pendle.
Hello, GenCon! I hope you're all having a fantastic time, and it's truly incredible that Bride of Pendle has won an award for Best Adventure Short Form. Thank you all so much for your votes and for your support. Writing the scenario has been one hell of a journey, and I've learned so much while doing this. A lot of amazing people have helped contribute to the scenario, so thank you to all of you who've contributed, whether you've done layout, proofreading, playtesting, art, handouts, what have you. And I also want to thank Chaosium as well, since you've been shouting about this scenario right from the start, and also giving it the momentum it needed to really take off. And finally, I want to thank my wonderful wife Becky, who's also filming me right now. She has always had my back, and she has helped me get this scenario from just an adventure stuck in my head and swimming around to actually getting published and also getting out to all of you. So thank you all again, and I'm delighted to accept this award. Whilst I'm still in disbelief, there is something that an ancient poet once wrote, which was Gethawirt Swahio Shell.
All right. We'll give Bride of Pendle one more round of applause. The Gold ENNIE for Best Adventure Short Form goes to Whisper of the Woods.
Hi. Wow, this is very unexpected, very exciting. So thank you so much for this award. There's so many people I could thank right now, but I think the one person who deserves it the most is my late grandma, who passed away a few months ago. She was the person who inspired me to pursue storytelling. She used to tell me bedtime stories that made me fall in love and folk tales. And I think the inspirations behind Whispers of the Woods could be traced back to my grandma. So I wish she could be here to hear me saying this. But yeah, I think, you know, all the inspirations kind of lives in me right now. So thank you so much for this amazing recognition. I'm very humbled, very honored. So thank you so much.
Pocket Bard 3.0. The Crooked Moon Alchemy VTT by Avantris Entertainment. West Marches Game by Grimoire AB. And the Silver ENNIE for Best Aid Accessory Digital goes to Pathfinder 2E and Starfinder 2 Eon Foundry VTT.
On behalf of the entire volunteer development team, thank you so much. In the 6 years we spent working on this project, I don't think any of us ever imagined winning an ENNIE. Taking home the award for the best digital accessory is honestly surreal. Everyone who voted for us, you've officially made a bunch of sleep-deprived developers very happy. I'm here representing the brilliant team of volunteers who build and maintain the Pathfinder and Starfinder 2nd Edition systems on Foundry Virtual Tabletop, as well as the module development community that extends the system.
On behalf of my colleague Andrew White and all of the amazing volunteers who work on Foundry, as well as our other coworkers working on that. So thank you to them. They are so awesome. Yeah? It is truly an honor. Honestly, we use it all the time, even as employees, and I know a lot of players use it for their games. So thank you to the makers of Foundry. You are awesome, and thank you, everyone.
And the Gold ENNIE for Best Aid Accessory Digital goes to the Crooked Moon Alchemy VTT.
Thank you so much. Oh my goodness, this is a wonderful surprise. I'm overjoyed. What an honor. Thank you to the judges, first and foremost, for the nomination, and thank you to everyone who voted. Thank you to this unbelievable suite of aids and accessories, and a special thank you to the team at Alchemy for taking our adventure and giving it such care. Adding such amazing cinematics and music to the thing really elevated the story, and we're really proud of that digital experience. Thank you so much.
Best Aid Accessory Non-Digital. The Game Master Screen by Peter Pauper Press. Handouts, Ryoko's Lost Notes by Loot Tavern Publishing. Making Enemies, Monster Design Inspiration, Gallery Books. The Crooked Moon Tarot Set by Avantris Entertainment. The Field Guide to Floral Dragons Miniature Sets by Hit Point Press. And the silver Annie for best aid accessory non-digital goes to Handouts, Ryoko's Lost Notes.
Hey guys, Max from Loot Tavern here. We won Best Aid / Accessory Non-Digital. Very catchy title. Thanks to all the players who helped playtest, Longpack, who helped manufacture it, and mostly thanks to the design and art team who turned the ramblings of an overworked madman into the beautiful, useful accessories whose perforated nature makes perfectionist collectionist DMs everywhere want to cry. Thanks to the community for voting for us. We have more coming for you in Ryoko's Guide to Forbidden Myths on Back of Kit now. Cheers. See you soon.
Okay. And the gold ENNIE for best aid accessory non-digital goes to the Crooked Moon Tarot card set.
Hey, thank you so much to the judges for the nomination, everyone who voted. And I art directed the tarot set, but really it's Leonard Shelloff, the incredible artist who illustrated every single card and brought his knowledge of tarot to the set to make it feel folk horror in his own style and bring that storybook vibe. The amazing Elisa Teague and Nikki Pacheco who wrote the guidebook. And I just want to thank everyone at Advances Entertainment who made this happen. Thank you so much.
Best online content. Designing Dungeons course by Joshua McCrowell and Warren D. Explorer's Design by Clayton Notestein. Galarian Mapping Project by the Tabletop RPG Historical Society. Molten Sulfur Blog by Molten Sulfur Press. And Solo RPG List. And the silver ENNIE for best online content goes to Solo RPG List. And the gold ENNIE for best online content goes to Designing Dungeons course.
This is Josh and Warren of the Designing Dungeons course. We don't have a lot of time. There are grooves all around us and our lights are burning low.
In the time we have left, we'd like to thank Bert Drosteff for his fantastic art. We'd like to thank the melodious sounds of John Britton for bringing a voice to this. And we'd like to thank the community for giving all the love and support to this project. Josh, what's that noise?
Hi, guys. So just really fast, can we please give a round of applause to an incredible host that is doing an amazing job? Please give a round of applause for Professor Dungeon Master. And hey, ENNIE staff, I'm about to talk about y'all like y'all not in the room. Stacy, thank you for putting me on this stage again. To this tech crew who is navigating nonsense like tech will do, thank you for working through it. And thank you for giving me pizza. You knew I was hungry and you brought me food. I appreciate that. All right, loves of my lives, let's hop into this one. This is gonna be best cover. I can use an iPad. All right, guys, best cover, and your nominees are Book of Spirits from Beyond the Screen, Historica Arcanum, Echoes of the Renaissance by Metis Creative. Holy cow. Mappamundi, an exploration and ecology RPG by 3 Cells Studio. I love your guys' energy. The Crooked Moon Standard Edition hardcover by Adventurous Entertainment. And Totem, the Spirits RPG by Officiana Meningi. And the Silver ENNIE goes to Historica Arcanum, Echoes of the Renaissance.
Okay, I'm a little less winded this time. I had nothing to do with this. I was the writer, so this is not on me. Thanks to the visual team, especially Balagan, who did the cover. Again, thanks to all of you. I'd like to also say thanks to our setting, Venice, in the 16th century, Renaissance Venice. Nothing is built on stone. Everything's built on sand, but we have to pretend that we're building on stone, right? Thank you.
And the Gold ENNIE for Best Cover Art, the Crooked Moon Standard Edition hardcover.
Oh, thank you so much. Once again, it was such a joy to art direct this cover, but really the talent is the unbelievable Xavier Collette. I had been dreaming of making games since I was in high school, and when I discovered the games Mysterium and Abyss, the wonderful Xavier Collette, his art sparked my imagination, and I had no idea that I'd be working with him many years later. So Xavier Collette did an incredible job capturing the soul and the essence of Druskenwald and the Crooked Moon, and just did an unbelievable job on our GM screen and the cover. So all thanks goes to him. Thank you.
This mic is super hot and I am so loud. Y'all have no idea how stressed out on where I hold this bad boy. But we're gonna keep the party moving, babies. We are moving into Best Art Interior. Oh, we're clapping, let's go, I'll wait. Oh, this 2026 crowd is lit. I love it, guys. Coming in with ECRI, Player's Guide, Open Sesame Games. Household, Volume 2 by Two Little Mice. I love them. They are such a sweet company. I love them. Legend in the Mist, the Core Rule Book by Son of Oak Game Studio. Mappamundi, an exploration and ecology RPG, 3 Cells Studio. The Field Guide to Floral Dragons box set, Hit Point Press. Can I get an art chant one more time before I go ahead? And your Silver ENNIE goes to the Field Guide to Floral Dragons box set.
The field guide to Floral Dragon started off as the brain seedling of the artist Kinwald, and I was lucky enough to work with her as both an art director and as one of the project managers. Over the course of this project, I learned way more about flowers than I ever thought I would working for a tabletop RPG company. But it wasn't just Kin and I. Our amazing writers, Jordan Richer, Verity Lane, Sebastian Yu, and Christopher Pinch, along with our designers, Ricardo Avangello and Madison Flamp, and even more people behind the scenes, put an amazing amount of work into this project. Thank you to the judges and to the voters for your support. Thank you.
And your gold ENNIE for Best Art Interior goes to Legend in the Mist, core book.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you the voters. Thank you the judges for the nominations. Thank you everyone who's here. Some amazing games nominated. So happy that our friends at Hit Point Press are also here. I'm very excited. It's been a while since we've been to the ENNIEs with Son of Oak, but this award really belongs to the artists. So Alejandra Pinal is the amazing Mexican artist who created 99%. She is just extraordinary artist that has created a world of rustic fantasy, little woodlands, little creatures. I also want to thank Mark Kretsky from Ukraine, who's under a lot of stress, created all the beautiful creatures of this book, and also our longtime Polish artist Mariusz Schultz, who has created the maps that you see in the book and a lot of the coloring. So thank you, everyone. Thank you. Thank you.
Congrats, baby. Oh, we're still doing it. Let's do it. Art. This 2026 crowd, honey, I love you guys. All right, we're jumping into one of my personal favorite categories, which is Best Community Content. All right, guys, and your nominees are A Patch of Unfurled Green by West Coast Adventurers Guild, Sprigs and Kindling, Volume 4-1, Amanda Mullins, The Bride of Pendle, Miskatonic Repository, The Severed Vault, Jeremy Chung, Triangle Agency Fanzine, Community Contributors, tell me how y'all feel. I love it. And the silver ENNIE goes to The Bride of Pendle, Miskatonic Repository.
Hello everyone. I'm still in disbelief that The Bride of Pendle has reached the ENNIEs. I humbly accept this award though for Best Community Content. Speaking of, I want to thank Chaosium for giving us authors the tools to publish our own content, because without them I wouldn't be able to speak to you right now. Also, I want to thank everyone in the Miskatonic Repository who helped contribute to The Bride of Pendle in some way, no matter your part. And I also want to give a special thank you to two people in a more tightly knit community, which is my own family. So firstly, my great-grandmother, Ethel Boyson, who by all accounts was the daughter of the last practicing conning woman in Pendle. While I never met her, she and the family's history gave me the insight and the inspiration I needed to complete that final draft and give it the unique personal touch and slant that it was missing. And secondly, to my amazing wife Becky, who has supported me every single day in so many ways. But to you, thank you again. Enjoy the rest of the convention. Have a space meet on me. Space meet on me.
And your gold ENNIE for best community content goes to Triangle Agency Fanzine.
I'm Laura. I'm the co-organizer of the Triangle Agency fanzine, and this is our lead editor, Kat. We are half the team that put together the fanzine.
Guys, this is our first GenCon. What an amazing way to kick things off. Congratulations to all the nominees. It is an honor to be standing with you.
We have to thank the rest of our team, Hazio and Jude, who couldn't join us tonight. This project started off as an exercise for Hazio to practice her layout skills, and she did all of that and more. It is beautiful, and it wouldn't be in our backers' hands without her shipping hundreds of copies across North America, and Jude single-handedly tackling the rest of the world.
Additionally, we would not be here at all without Haunted Table. Thank you, guys. You have inspired not only our team, but every single person who has touched this project.
Special shout out to Codacy for the amazing cover.
I forgot the last one. Show me.
You have it. Our contributors.
Yes, our contributors.
All 42 of our contributors.
Yes, it would not be the amazing work that it is without them. Thank you to all the designers, the writers, the artists, all the agents. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Okay, guys, coming in hot with Best Solo Game. Our nominees are Odyssey of the Giant, Helltongue Storytelling. Purettes by Innocent Gobbling TTRPGs. As a side note, I didn't know how to pronounce that word. I've heard it before, but I've never read it, so thank you, Paul Fricker, for helping me out on that one. You're the best part of waking up. Song of the Scriptworm by Almost Bedtime Theater. Spine, a dark solo TTRPG by Backwards Tabletop. The Bonsai Diary, Stickley Doodler. And your silver ENNIE goes to The Bonsai Diary.
Thank you. I wanted to thank the judges, and I wanted to give a special thanks to Jason Walters and all of Indie Press Revolution who make it possible for us solo designers and small press to get our games out to the world. Thank you. And I especially want to thank the judges for creating this category this year. It's really exciting to be part of the inaugural class of solo games. And I was so excited I made this video that asks this ridiculous question, which is, can you get AI to play these journaling games? And I don't really care, and I hope nobody cares, if AI can play journaling games. But what I do care about is how do we play games as humans? Because if AI can play the game, then the question is that game really worth playing? So to me, that's actually one of the biggest questions that we're going to be answering over the next few years as designers is what is it that makes game design a fundamentally human art form? And as we answer that question, I know that games are going to get more and more awesome and more authentic. So I'm really looking forward to that future. Thank you all so much tonight.
Great job. And your gold ENNIE for best solo game goes to Spine, a dark solo TTRPG.
My name is Asa Donald, and I am honored to accept the award for Best Solo Game for this year's ENNIE's for Spine, a dark solo RPG about losing yourself in a book. I'd like to thank Nala J. Wu, Fert the Goblin, and Holly Freiberg for their contributions to this game. Without them, this game wouldn't have been as innovative or successful as it has been. This year is the first year that Best Solo Game is a category at the ENNIE's, and I'm really grateful for this addition. A solo category increases exposure for this genre of RPG, and since 2019, there have been at least 8 or so solo games that have been either nominated or received a Judges Spotlight Award, and this year there are 5. That's almost as many nominations in one year than in the last 7. And when it comes to the Best Game category, as far as I'm aware, the only solo game that's received a nomination since 2019 is Colossal. So this new category will help increase exposure and representation for a category of games that has exploded in popularity within the last 5 to 7 years or so. At the same time, I want to encourage designers, don't let solo games be your box. When I designed Spine, I wanted to make sure that as people played, they were modifying a book, and that when they were done, they would pass on that book, and the modifications that they made would influence the next set of players, or the next player of this game. Although Spine is a solo game and technically a single player game, it is still a very social game. And I've been excited to see how this has been a part of other games, like Void 1680 AM by Ken Lowry, which won the Judges Spotlight Award a couple of years ago. The artifacts of play that come out of this game are shared by Ken on his YouTube channel and from an AM transmitter in his garage. I'm excited to see what type of solo games that you put out in the near future and the ways that they think outside the box. Thank you.
Okay, beautiful people, I'm gonna hand it back over to our host, but can I just say, whoever this table is, y'all are the homies. I love y'all. Thank you.
Thank you, Bridget. As I'm watching, it strikes me that this is about the only industry I can think of where you can have a co-worker called Fert the Goblin. Best RPG-related product. We've got Adventure Calendar 20, The Lost Labyrinth from Only Games and Black Oak Workshop. Beyond the Witching Ring, Dolmenwood Soundtrack LP, Exalted Funeral. Dolmenwood Noble House Enamel Pin Set, Exalted Funeral. Menagerie of Unbearable Things by Tanya Herrero. Sickest Witch Belt Buckle, Severed Books. All right, give it up for the silver ENNIE Best RPG related product, the Menagerie of Unbearable Things. And the gold ENNIE for Best RPG-related product goes to Beyond the Witching Ring, Dolmenwood Soundtrack LP.
Thank you guys so much. This is this category is wonderful. There's so many great nominees. I'd like to give a biggest shout out to Justin out there from Severed Books. Love these guys. Love everybody in this category. This is a very difficult category. It's an honor. Tales from the Oak, the guys who did the music to this, was wonderful. Thank you to the judges, for nominating us. Thank you to the ENNIEs for putting this on. This is very difficult and amazing that you can, focus on the community. It's a big, important thing. Thank you, guys. Hey, thank you, bud. Sorry.
Best cartography. Map. Collection of Fantasy Maps 2, Open Sesame Games. Dolmenwood Maps book, Exalted Funeral Press. Pendragon Game Master Screen Pack, Chaosium Incorporated. Pilgrims of the Merc Dome by Hollow Press. Tomb of 1,000 Doors, Manadon Tabletop Games and +1 XP. And the silver ENNIE for best cartography goes to Collection of Fantasy Maps 2.
Hello everyone, and thank you very much for your votes. I'm very happy to have won this award, and I switch to French now because my accent is terrible. Je m'appelle Guillaume Tavernier et je suis un illustrateur français de plans et de cartes de fantasy depuis maintenant plus de 10 ans. Ma grande passion et ma petite obsession, c'est de dessiner des cités et des donjons en perspective isométrique. Avec G. Roger, l'auteur des textes de Collection of Fantasy Map, nous avons voulu offrir aux meneurs de jeu des décors immersifs et prêts à l'emploi. Le livre compile plus de 3 ans de travail et a été pensé comme une aide pour se raconter ses propres histoires. Recevoir ce prix ce soir est particulièrement émouvant. Quand on dessine, on ne réalise pas toujours la portée de son travail. Voir mes illustrations reconnues par la communauté internationale des rôlistes est le plus beau cadeau possible. Cela me donne une énergie incroyable pour continuer à créer et à partager mes mondes. Merci aux juges des ENNIEs pour cette nomination. Merci infiniment à toutes les personnes qui ont voté pour moi. Et surtout, un immense merci à mes soutiens sur Kickstarter. Sans votre confiance et votre enthousiasme, ce livre n'existerait tout simplement pas. Je n'oublie pas de remercier Géraud, compagnon de longue date, et Hicham et Claire d'Open Sesame Game pour leur aide et leur soutien. Thank you all so much. Thank you all so much.
And the gold ENNIE for best cartography goes to Dolmenwood Maps book.
Wow, thank you everybody. That was real quick. I appreciate all the fans that have dealt with Dolmenwood being in development forever. That's wonderful. Yeah, I heard a laugh. So it was like, yeah, me too. But most of all, a lot of industry veterans here that worked on the cartography. Jonathan Newell, Glenn Seal, Arlen Ortiz. Those people have been around a long time and really deserve their flowers. So thank you everybody. It's more for them.
I was a teacher for a number of decades, and I just want to stop here, and I want to thank the parents and the teachers that taught those cartographers to make maps. Give it up for them. Cool. You know, your parents, that takes a special skill. So parents, give it up for the parents one more time. Behind every cartographer is a parent that encouraged them. And not his, oh yeah, my dad didn't know what the hell this was either. Best monster or adversary? Love those monsters. Dolmenwood Monster Book, Exalted Funeral. Monsters of Dragonheim by Ghostfire Gaming. Starfinder Alien Corps, Paizo. The Field Guide to Floral Dragons box set, Hit Point Press. Wrath of the Kaiju by Loot Tavern Publishing. And the Silver ENNIE for Best Monster Adversary goes to Dolmenwood Monster Book.
One more time. Thank you, everybody. This one's going to be a little bit longer. This was a great labor of love. A really big shout out to the author, Gavin Norman, who sadly could not make it, but he would like to be able to thank his family, Rachel and Mira, wonderful people who've dealt with Gavin and us, Exalted Funeral, forever. And so big shout out to them. Also thanks to Kyle Hentinger, Amelia Luke, James Spahn, Brian Yaksha, all these people that have been, again, veterans. They need their flowers too. Exalted Funeral is really honored to have those people work with us. On this book, Dolmenwood in general, there's so many people, it's hard to. And then also all the artists, you know, who brought these creatures to life. Thanks, guys.
Thank you, bud. I'm also a super fan of these games. Dolmenwood took 12 years to create. That's an enormous labor of love. The gold ENNIE for Best Monsters Adversary goes to the Monsters of Dragonheim. Yeah, Monty Kelly, give it up for these guys.
Thank you so much. You know, we wrote the book, but so many people made this book possible. The people at Ghostfire Gaming.
Our amazing art director, Marius Boda.
Also, like the cast that played Drakenheim with us, which brought this world to life. Joe and Jill, our partners, and everybody else.
And everyone that supported Drakenheim and through the Kickstarters and the projects and the YouTube channel over the years.
Yeah, so just thank you so much for giving us this opportunity.
And helping us bring our nightmares to life.
We hope you enjoy them.
Congratulations again, man. Down this way. Congratulations, Dr. Martin. Best production values. Legend in the Myths, Ravenholm Slipcase, Son of Oak Game Studio. Mappa Mundi, an exploration and ecology RPG, 3 Sail Studios. Terra Antarctica, Edge Studio. The Crooked Moon, Ultimate Edition, Avantris Entertainment. And the Spark Devil, H.P. Lovecraft Historical Society. And the Silver ENNIE for Best Production Values goes to Legend in the Mist, Ravenholm Slipcase.
Thank you again to all the voters. We really wanted to craft this rustic fantasy book down to the finest detail. There are a lot of people who are involved in this. I'd like to thank, first of all, the backers who gave us, the carte blanche to go and do what we wanted to do. And also, like I said, many people worked on this, but a special shout out goes out to our graphic designer who put everything together, Manuel Serra Saez. And he did amazing work on the finest detail of these things. I'm very excited. Thank you very much.
And the gold ENNIE for best production values goes to The Crooked Moon Ultimate Edition.
Wow, thank you. What an absolute honor this is. This category, I'm so thrilled it exists in the first place because there's so many invisible things that are getting out of the way when you play a game, and there are thousands and thousands of little tiny decisions that lead to a premium a gaming experience, and it would take too long for me to name everyone involved in all of those little decisions. But I have to thank all of the creatives who put their hands on the many accessories that went into this bundle. I have to give a special shout out to Yelka, Susan, Ona for their incredible skills and talents and wisdom in putting this all together. And I also want to thank our manufacturing partner, Panda Games, for having as rigorous attention to detail as we held ourselves to. Thank you so much for this great honor.
And next, Stacy's going to present the ENNIE Awards Hall of Fame. Stacy?
Thank you. Get organized here. Good evening, everyone. As announced last year, we have started a Hall of Fame. This is our second year, and we've been attempting to induct every month someone into the Hall of Fame, or product actually, into the Hall of Fame. We're up to about 24 at this point, and to highlight all of them, chose to add someone else to the Hall of Fame here tonight to bring visibility and also to recognize the history of where we come from. For tonight, we're going to honor a game that helped redefine what fantasy role-playing could be. First published in 1978, RuneQuest challenged conventions by offering a world where mythology, culture, and storytelling stood alongside adventure and combat. Set in the rich world of Glorantha, it introduced players to a living setting where gods walked among mortals, magic was woven into everyday life, and every character had the potential to become a hero. Created by Steve Perrin, Ray Turney, and their collaborators, and brought to life through the extraordinary vision of the immensely talented Greg Stafford, RuneQuest was inseparable from the world of Glorantha that Stafford had spent years developing. His passion for myth, history, and the power of storytelling gave RuneQuest a depth and richness that continues to inspire players and designers around the world. Its revolutionary percentile-based skill system, detailed combat, and the emphasis on character growth through experience influenced generations of game designers and helped shape the evolution of tabletop role-playing games. RuneQuest proved that fantasy games could be immersive, nuanced, and deeply connected to the worlds they inhabited. For nearly 5 decades, RuneQuest has continued to inspire players, creators, and publishers alike. Through multiple editions and the ongoing stewardship of Chaosium, it remains a shining example of innovation, imagination, and enduring excellence. For its groundbreaking design, its profound influence on role-playing hobby, and its lasting legacy, it is our great honor to welcome RuneQuest into the ENNIE Awards Hall of Fame. Please join me in congratulating Chaosium and welcoming Jason Dural to the stage.
Thank you for that amazing speech, which actually made most of what I've written completely redundant. I will, in the nature of all line editors, cut 30% of this, maybe 60% of this speech. This is probably one of many references to the Odyssey we might hear tonight, but over the course of its lifespan, of course, RuneQuest drifted across many strange seas, eventually coming back to Chaosium and its most ardent and dedicated fans who have owned the company. The list of contributors to RuneQuest is a who's who of game designers. Greg Stafford, Steve Perrin, Ray Turney, Steve Henderson, Luis Perrin, Sandy Peterson, Ken Rolston, Janelle Jacquez, Robin Laws, John Tweet, Rob Heisu, Chris Klug, Jeff Richards, Neil Robinson, Michael O'Brien, Rick Mines, myself, and many, many others, people inspired by and dedicated to this amazing gaming world. So on behalf of the Chaosium family and our legion of faithful, dedicated fans, we humbly accept this beautiful award. And thank you to the ENNIEs for this recognition. I'd like to just close with some fairly famous words that Jeff uttered that have been sort of emblematic of RuneQuest. We are all us. Thank you.
At this point, we are going to go ahead and take an intermission. It says 15 minutes. It's probably going to be closer to 2025, knowing that the bar is about to be swarmed. In the meantime, for anyone that's already won, we do have extra medals if anyone needs them. Come see me. Otherwise, we will come back after the intermission and we'll have the judges present their judges' awards. Thank you.
The 26th ENNIE Tabletop RPG Awards will resume shortly. But first, we'd like to once again thank our sponsors: Backer Kit, Black Oak Workshop, Campaign Coins, Chepeku, Hero Forge, Magpie Games, The District Tap, and GenCon LLC. Please welcome to the stage the director of the ENNIEs, Stacy Move.
Okay, good, I'm on. Thank you, everyone. Welcome back. We're going to go ahead and talk about the Judges Spotlight winners. And I am very lucky to have 3 of our judges with us tonight: Hans Cummings, William Beeson, and Chris Gaff. And if you'll all notice, William is sporting a Sickest Wisp belt buckle. So be sure to check that out. Okay. So I want to take a minute to shout out a bit of appreciation for the judges. Unfortunately, Fiona and Tom couldn't be here, but we do have some representation through videos for them. And they have spent, since last August, going through an inordinate amount of stuff. We had well over 100 submissions this year, and in a variety of different formats, from an LP to online to basic role-playing in many different forms of book. And it was a very interesting year from a creative standpoint. With that, I'm going to go ahead and turn it over to the judges for them to talk about their spotlight picks. First up will be William Beeson with Girlfriend.
This is for short people. Breaking the ice with my face. A very fun first Gen Con for me. So for tonight, I would like to present Girlframe. Thank you. It is an entry in the niche mexploitation genre, as along the similar vein as Neon Genesis Evangelion and Armored Core 6. That being said, please note that this is not a game for every table. Pardon me. It deals with the deeply resonant concepts such as oppression, dehumanization, exploitation, fascism, and takes those and filters them through the lens of mech pilots fighting kaiju. The game has some of the most evocative writing I've ever encountered, masterfully taking these disquieting themes and weaving them into the rules to codify the sapphic experience. Whether you're the handler, whose responsibility is to maintain the oppressive status quo using a variety of tools for manipulating the pilots, or the pilots whose playbooks are designed for how you cope with the oppressive reality you find yourselves, you all get to engage in this uniquely toxic social discord. Over the past few years, there have been a noticeable rise in games that address these themes. If you look around, you might be able to guess why. These works tackle difficult topics, ones that aren't traditionally considered fun. They're not going to appeal to a wider audience. However, in our evolving culture of tabletop RPGs, we must recognize works that are bold enough to dissect mature subject matter. And Girlframe is a masterpiece of this. It is hauntingly personal, uncompromisingly honest, and brilliantly equips its players to navigate its darkest corners. So that is why it deserves my spotlight. Thank you.
We love to have the representative come to the stage.
Hello. I feel very honored to be here. I'm Isabel Rubsat. First, thank you. I'd like to thank first my fiancée Thorn for her work on the cover art, as well as my girlfriend Em for her boundless optimism, and the other designers, especially the people in the Dice Exploder and Creekside Community Center Discords, who have given me endless amounts of help, advice, and feedback. Girlframe's success has absolutely blown me away, and like within an hour of releasing it, and it has not stopped surprising me since. I am very appreciative for everyone of the fact that a game that leans into the harsher sides of queer femininity and asks you to take risks and exist outside your comfort zone can find not only commercial success, but a positive critical reception in today's world. We do not live in an easy time, and it's very special to me that the indie RPG scene, which I was following since I was 12 years old, which 2012 to make some of you feel really old, is receptive to games like Girlframe, games that aren't easy and which ask you to lean into and learn from discomfort. Thank you all so much. I hope I can continue making games that speak to people the way Girlframe obviously has, games about gender and messy people and interlocking social systems. This means so much to me, and I'm glad it means a lot to some of you as well. Thank you.
Next up is Hans Cumming for Trash to Treasure.
And now for something completely different. Hi. When a game makes one giggle with delight the first time one reads it, and then lives rent-free in one's head thereafter, it leaves an impression. And thus it was with Trash to Treasure, a tabletop role-playing game in which players assume the role of magical girl trash goblins, rescuing dragons and saving their world from world-polluting, ultra-wealthy corporate oligarchs. Games like Trash to Treasure are important not only because they speak truth to power, but because they can empower us to fight for what's right, and there are few things as important as ensuring that the world we live on endures for our children. It's the only home we have, and I think a lot of us can agree that we have shirked our responsibilities as stewards of this planet for far too long. It's also important to find games that bring you joy and delight. And for those reasons, Trash to Treasure was my judge's pick.
Hi, everybody.
I am the art director and artist for Trash or Treasure. I also am the one that came up with the whole idea. I've been watching magical girl anime since I was like 2 years old, and I absolutely adored the genre. And the power of friendship is often brushed aside as a silly trope in a lot of cartoons and anime, but it's really, really important because we can't survive without our community. And without our community, we won't be able to. I'm really nervous. I didn't think I would be so nervous. Thank you. Without our community, we wouldn't be able to fight against the corporate oligarchs that try to put us all down in every way. And that's really what Trash or Treasure is all about. I have to thank my wonderful business partner, John Boyle, over here, who, after I decided, hey, I'm going to draw a whole bunch of really cute magical girl goblins, can you please write a game for me? He said yes without hesitation. And I have to thank my beautiful, beautiful layout designer here, Emily Entner, for making the game absolute possibility. And I also have to thank Mark Shepard, who is over in England, who edited the whole game. It was one of the biggest projects we've ever done, and we didn't think it was going to be as big as it was, so I really appreciate his hard work. But yeah. Thank you so much, everyone, and thank you so much, Hans, for completely understanding where I was coming from.
Next up is Christopher Gath of RPG Zine Club Year 2.
So for my judge's pick, instead of highlighting just a game, I decided to put a highlight on a way to get games. As someone who's very interested in the hundreds of small indie games out there, I find it very difficult to find them. I'm on too many Discord servers, too many little Facebook groups, trying to just keep up with the community. And so this is a subscription box that comes to your door each month with a variety of games that I'll never run across on my own. So that is why I decided to highlight the RPG Zine Club Year 2.
Ooh. How we doing tonight, Ennies? Wake up, come on! Good evening, and thank you kindly. I am probably gonna crack up during this, so chill out. This is my third time here at the Ennies, and it's probably my favorite time. I want to start off thanking Christopher Gath for recognizing RPG Zine Club Year 2, and congratulations to our fellow Judges Spotlight winners and the rest of the award winners tonight. Many of you may not know me, but my name is Wes Franks, and I am the former Zine Fiend and current Special Project Coordinator for Plus One EXP. From 2020 to 2023, I participated in various charity functions, live streams. I had the opportunity to speak on panels, even organize a few of my own. I was given a few opportunities to write for games, but most were either in unreleased titles or uncredited. It was not until 2023 at the Gauntlet Writing Retreat where I successfully pitched a few items where my work was starting to see an audience, and here's where I'd meet Tony. I present an overview of my credentials because I need to make clear how hard it is to get your foot in the door for tabletop work. Most roles and positions are filled by known industry folks and friends of friends. Most of these people have been working in this industry for a very long time. There are very little opportunities for newcomers to gain sustainable work, and even less opportunities if you are a queer or person of color. RPG Zine Club is a program that has the potential to break down those barriers. It's something I believe can make a huge difference in this industry, and I'm proud to accept the Judges Spotlight Award for my work on Year 2. I was brought into the project on the summer of 2024 after having been laid off from my job in the tech industry. AI and more began to shift the landscape of the working world, and I was an unfortunate victim of circumstance. During conversations with Tony, boo. During conversations with Tony at the Gauntlet Writing Retreat, he made mention of the program and how they were looking for someone to head it up after the previous Zine Fiend, Cassie Mothwin, departed. With graciousness, I accepted. It wasn't a lot of money, but it was work, and I desperately needed work.
He had already onboarded my partner for a June release, and I was set to release a game through the program in August, so I was familiar with the project and entered the role immediately diving into housekeeping and quality of life improvements used today. My first test would be working the booth at GenCon 2024 with Plus One, while at the same time listening to several pitches from game designers throughout the weekend. I had over 40 pitch meetings while working the booth. I had slotted in most of the Year 2 releases that weekend and excitedly began working on the projects, ready and delivered. Funnily enough, at the 2024 ENNIEs, I told Tony and Richard Ruane that I would help RPG Zine Club win an ENNIE award for the entire catalog of Year 2, as a joke. I did not know that would be a called shot, though. In the time since, I have helped onboard over 48 new and experienced designers, helped ship over 36 new zine-sized games, and I have honed my skills for my future in this industry. I've experienced highs and lows. I've been the teacher and the student. I've learned exactly where my limits lie. I stepped away from the role of Zine Fiend or program lead in the spring of 2026 due to extreme burnout, lack of personal resources, and the need to focus on my own projects. It was not an easy decision, but one thing you learn the hard way in this industry is when it's best to step back and rest. I am incredibly proud of each and every one of the designers featured in Year 2. It is not easy to produce an entire game on a print of a budget of $750. It takes sacrifice from everyone involved. I am so proud of the work, the dedication, and the drive it takes to put your work in front of people. And I am incredibly excited to see what work comes from all of you in the future. I hope you will consider working with me and hiring me to help you on these projects. To all of you, take pride in your work. Take pride in the failures you experience, and especially the hardships you will face in this industry. Trust your gut, stand up to those that are putting others down, and do the right thing. Do your best to help support others that need it, and remember where you came from. It's an amazing feeling to be recognized for your hard work, but it's a true blessing to witness those you assisted receive their much-deserved laurels. Cherish the positive relationships that you form during the work. To the industry professionals in attendance tonight, hello everyone. I challenge you to look to the newcomers for innovation and ways to further delight your audiences. Every year, more and more young, insightful, brilliant game designers are ready to be brought onto a project and to be given the opportunity to prove their skills. I challenge you to develop programs of your own to onboard young designers and mentor them so that our industry can grow. You will find such a bounty of growth and creative fulfillment by embracing the designers of tomorrow. To those who love this hobby and play these games and want to see them grow, support indie designers, play weird games, and push your favorites to always be better.
When we walked in tonight, Plus One has a history over the last few years of dressing up very specifically for the ENNIEs. A couple of years ago when the Wassailing of Claus Manor won, we came out with Santa Claus, reindeer antlers. A lot of you joined us. Last year we came dressed as knights with sword and shields to celebrate our partner, Chris McDowell from Mythic Bastionland. This year people walked up to me and said, what is the costume this year? But here's the reality. You're all already wearing it. There are so many people in this room, from the folks at Exalted Funeral, Charlie Ferguson Avery, who helped launch Zine Month, Jared Crater, who taught us all more than we will ever know at Space Penguin Inc., tons of creators in this room who we have launched Zine Club with, Dylan Appelian and Navarre Jackson, who helped us launch the very first month of Zine Club. We are all dressed as zine creators tonight. It is a place where the industry started. It is a place where the industry is going, and it invites new and diverse voices in constantly. And Wes has had a Herculean effort putting all this together, and it is a true honor to be here tonight.
I'm back. I would like to say thank you to Kyle Tam, Richard Ruane, Josh Demansky, Alyssa Gabrielle, Caro, Smiling Mythos Games, Finch Edmond, Munkau, Artie Wells, Nada, Ziggy Fox, Minar Linehan, Ethan Yin, Leon Richardson, Steel Fleet Studios, Mike Masato, Zoa Bashir, Alex Marinkovich Josie, Zachary Valdo, Javen Park, Wildwood Games, Lonnie T. Brandt, and Clear Kick Press for the work that you did for Year 2. Thank you to all the warehouse workers who have packed and shipped all of these games out to our members and customers. Without you, it would not exist. Thank you to those who gave me the patience or a kind word when I needed it, when I was deep in the work and I could not see the forest of the trees. Thank you to those thank you to my partner Brand for being a port in the storm and my biggest motivator. Thank you to anyone who ever took the time to hear me rant about small press games. And thank you all who helped keep this hobby alive. It is without you that we would not be here today. And with that, I say, raise hell, praise Dell, fuck ICE, and free Palestine.
Next up, we have Fiona Catherine Taylor Howitt to present Tacklebox.
Hello, everyone. My name's Fiona, and I'm going to take 2 minutes of your time to talk about my Judges Spotlight, Tacklebox by Jay Walton and James Tad Adcock, published by Possible Worlds Games. As an improv teacher and a semi-qualified TTRPG enthusiast, I love role-playing games which can do 3 things. 1. Easy setup, playthrough, and debrief in an evening. Number 2. Give players permission to make spur-of-the-moment creative choices. And number 3, surprising everyone with whoa, what kind of moments. Tacklebox does all 3. This small deck of cards provides a unique, immersive experience for you and a fishing partner, an experience which can be replayed multiple times and get a different story each time. It's the perfect introduction to improvised storytelling and has additional ways to add more competitive party game elements to it should you wish. Improv has a lot of rules, which you might have heard of. Rules like yes and, no questions, react truthfully. But the one I think Tacklebox captures really well, which a lot of TTRPGs don't do, is making your scene partner look good. This game makes the players focus on the relationship between their characters, bringing it to the forefront and making them define it as they play, with prompts adding context and background should they need it. Playing Tacklebox reminded me of the film My Dinner with Andre, how we get to know these 2 characters through their conversations over a catch-up dinner. Seeing players discover and then organically develop a relationship between their characters is one of my favorite things. So I would happily watch different sets of duos play through Tacklebox with their different portrayals of Robin and Parker and using the prompts to create narrative should they need it. So massive congratulations to Jay Walton and James Tad Adcock, to Patrick Edel and Tyler Cumrine, and the whole team at Possible Worlds Games for creating a game which I think is pretty cool, and I hope more people go and check it out. Best of luck to all the nominees tonight and to next year's panel of judges. And thank you so much for your time.
Okay, 1 second. Hey y'all. So I have been active in the indie RPG scene for 25 years now. This is my first GenCon in 20 years, if you can believe that. Tacklebox is my first commercial success. So I want to say 3 things about this specifically. The first thing is, everybody listening or watching, you never have to stop making games. It may never be your day job, you may never make a ton of money doing it, but you never have to stop. That's the first thing. Second thing, I'd like to thank my Tacklebox collaborators, Tyler Crumrine and Possible Worlds, who saw something in this super weird game when I didn't see it myself. I'd like to thank my co-writer, surrealist fiction author, James Tad Adcock, who is also the first person I knew who designed their own games way back in middle school. It's amazing after this many years to finally collaborate on a game with you. Thanks, Tad. I'd like to thank our amazing illustrator, tattoo artist Patrick Edel, who really rose to the challenge of illustrating a very, very strange premise for a game. And then the third thing, I'd like to just list the main reasons I am here. First, my wife and my family, who are everything. Second, I would like to thank indie RPG communities everywhere. You gave me a creative home. You made me feel like I wasn't alone. You enable all of us to do this work. So thank you. Games have never been my day job, so I'd like to thank my current day job. I'm lucky enough to teach game design at Carnegie Mellon University. Been there for 4 years now. Specifically, I would like to thank the Entertainment Technology Center, where I have amazing students and coworkers. That includes my colleague, 2025 ENNIE Hall of Famer, Gerald Chris Klug, designer of the legendary James Bond 007 RPG. Arguably one of the first narrative games. I'm just really lucky. And finally, I'd like to thank my fellow designers of super weird games. I see you, and together we are shifting people's expectations of what a game can be. Thank you very much.
Don't forget these.
Get stuff. Sorry, I keep forgetting that part.
It's all right. Next up, we have Tom King presenting Draconis, The Call to Adventure.
Everyone, I'm Tom, and as you know, I was a judge this year, and over the course of this year, I got to look at hundreds of amazing games, adventures, source books, and other accessories. And choosing just one to give my judge's pick to was very difficult. However, one title that really captured my heart was the campaign Draconis, The Call of Adventure. Now, in a hobby often filled with heavy combat and high-stakes darkness, Draconis stood out as a triumph of cozy, heartwarming storytelling. What initially got my interest is how it seamlessly welcomes people to the table. Instead of dumping a mountain of 5th edition homework on new players and GMs, it teaches the rules and concepts organically as you play and run through the adventures. It actively supports the new players and GMs, giving them everything they need to run fulfilling sessions. Plus, with the built-in options for completely non-violent play, it's great for families, younger kids, and anyone looking for a wholesome table experience. Now, non-violent doesn't mean boring. It artfully engages all the pillars of modern RPGs: exploration, roleplay, and confrontation. Just here, confrontation doesn't mean you have to hit it until it has 0 hit points. Instead, it re-engineers confrontation around negotiation, empathy, puzzles, calming panicked animals, and interacting with truly wonderful NPCs. And for those that want it, there are included options for deeper, more emotional dark play. And for these reasons and more, I feel Draconis, The Call of Adventure is a masterclass in accessible, inclusive game design, and well deserving of my judge's pick. Congratulations to the team.
Hi, everybody. I'm the art director, of the studio I got on this project especially. Thank you very much for this award. This game means a lot to us because it combines 2 elements we all need more of these days: beautiful art created by humans and a non-violent solution to our problems. So thank you again.
This whole project started with the wonderful art by Shane. It was an art book in the beginning. So this is also for all the amazing artists who inspire us to create games, because we would probably not have tabletop RPGs as they are today without them. So that's for Shane. Thank you.
Thanks for this award. Actually, it's my first GenCon, and it's an honor to be here. Thank you. Studio Agathe make a great TTRPG. We do them with all our heart. So enjoy, and thank you once again.
Hello, everyone. Just a short one. So, 13 years ago, yeah, my English is still as bad as 13 years ago, but basically 13 years ago, we stood on this very stage here and in this very room, and everything changed for us. So Since then, we have been able to just make a living of it in a way and build a wonderful team. 12 people in France, an actual creative studio. It's also thanks to all of you. So it's hard to describe how we feel grateful of everything. So thank you for you, the community. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you again to our 2026 judges panel. I am proud to announce the 2027 ENNIE's judges panel. Hector Alejandro Perez Gonzalez, Zali Ziu, James Serrano, William Beeson, and Janice Chang. Thanks, William. I am now going to turn the ceremony back over to Professor Dungeon Master.
All right, best streaming content. Cozy RPG Reviews, YouTube channel. Get Your Sheet Together by Darrington Press. How's My Driving? The Panic Table and DNGN Club Games. I think that's Dungeon Club Games. I mispronounced that. Thank you. Best streaming content. One Shot Last Train to Bremen by One Shot. And The Good Friends of Jackson Elias by Blasphemous Tomes. And the Silver ENNIE for best streaming content goes to Cozy RPG Reviews.
Hello, Robin from Cozy RPG Reviews here. The human, that is, not the cat. I can't quite believe I'm filming this, and I don't actually know the results, so it seems really silly to talk like I've won something. But honestly, just being nominated is so wild to me. I'm just this pair of hands that says things about all these games made by such dedicated and talented people. But thank you. Thank you so much to the judges. I feel you so much and the piles of work you must have had. Thank you so much to my partner, who's always so encouraging and understanding of my obsessions. And most importantly, thank you to the community. Everyone who watches my reviews and checks out the weird little games I like to talk about, the designers of those weird little games, and all the other creators who I chat about weird little games with. If I've learned anything over the last year and a bit of doing this, it's that there's a very thin and blurry line between all these connected people. Oh, and of course, the cats. Thank you, Drift. He loves the attention. The cat, that is.
Cats. This is incredible. That cat stared toward the camera. That's amazing. The gold ENNIE for best streaming content goes to Get Your Sheet Together.
All right, this is a very hot mic. All right. Hi, everybody. I have a lot of people I need to get through for this. Hi, I'm Kyle Shire. I'm a senior producer over at Critical Role, and thank you. It's cool. I need to start off by thanking my amazing co-producer, Kirby Winslow, who is not here tonight, but she is here in spirit, cheering us on. I need to thank our amazing editor, Max Shapiro, who is always down to party and make the wonderful, weird stuff that we love. Our incredible art directors and graphic designers, Aaron Monroy, Jordan Torrance, and Ben Lyons. The Daggerheart team, Jeremy, Chris, Spencer, Rowan, Elise, Madigan, Sadie, Terry. So many people that are just making this amazing thing possible. And also, thank you so much for always being down to be weird with it. Kirby and I have only one speed, and that is weird AF, and with a dash of love. Also, thank you to all the amazing artists that worked on Daggerheart. Thank you for making me and Kirby's job so easy with your gorgeous, amazing pieces. So much love has gone into Daggerheart on every single level, and it's how to play content included, and we're so honored to be able to play with all of you. And yeah, thank you so much, you guys.
All right, best free game product. Daggerheart Quick Start, The Sablewood Messengers, Darrington Press. Legend in the Mist, Learn to Play Comic Adventure, Son of Oak Game Studio. Shift, role-playing game basic rules. Briggs and Kindling, Volumes 3 to 5 from Collective Ensemble. And Triangle Agency Fanzine by Collective Ensemble. And the Silver ENNIE for Best Game Product goes to Legend in the Mist, Learn to Play Comic Adventure.
Well, I'm going to make this really short, but I did want to say thank you, everyone. And the really cool thing about designing games is that you kind of have to think about what's the most fun way of doing something. And for us, the most fun way of learning this game would just read a comic book. And by the end of the comic book, you know how to play the game. So that's what we did. Thank you very much.
Congratulations. And the gold ENNIE for best free game product goes to Daggerheart Quick Start, The Sablewood Messengers.
Hi friends, how are we? Woo! Well, thank you so much to everybody. We have such a huge team that worked on Daggerheart, and it's such an honor to be able to bring it to you. And the Quick Start adventure is something that I think is like one of the most important pieces of a role-playing game, and it's one of the hardest because it has to get people in. And so I just want to thank all of the, you'll hear me say this if you come talk to me, all the shoulders of the giants that we stand on here in this room. There are so many people who've paved the way for what we have done, and we've learned so much from them. So to the entire Daggerheart team, to the Critical Role team for making sure that we were able to do this, I'm so thankful, and I hope you get to play it. Thank you so much. Thank you. Appreciate you.
All right. The best family game product. Crescent 2E by MythWorks. Dragontown and the Darkness Below by J.P. Couvert. Dungeons and Kittens Starter Set, Edge Studio. Mushy Missions by Breitbart Games. Pico by MythWorks. And the Silver ENNIE for Best Family Game product goes to Dragon Town and the Darkness Below, J.P. Couvert.
Hello, I'm not JP. He had a bit of a family situation, so he asked me to accept this on his behalf. So, these are JP's words. Thank you, this is super cool. I wish I could have been there amongst all of you badass creative people. This community is seriously the best. I'd like to say Mushy Missions, Dungeons and Kittens, Pico, and Crescent are all fucking awesome and deserve a spot on your shelves and time at your tables, even if you aren't playing games with kids. I'd like to thank Kenny, Jarrett, Jesse, Michael, that's me, Scott, Brandon, and my incredibly supportive and amazingly creative wife, JC, who all helped to make Dragontown better. And all the playtesters, backers, and patrons, and anyone who has checked out Dragontown, you make this crazy adventure into something real. Thank you so much. Love, JP.
I've read Dragontown, just so you know. There are no F-bombs in the actual book for family game. But the Gold ENNIE for Best Family Game product goes to Dungeons and Kittens Starter Set. All right, give it up for the cats one last time. Yeah, it's cats. Best layout and design, Berserker, Slightly Reckless Games. Deadline, A Clockwork Press by the Wanderer's Tome. Midnight Muscadines by Pandian Press. Void Heart Symphony Revised Edition by Rowan Rook and Descartes. And Warhammer, the Old World RPG Player's Guide, Cubicle 7. And the Silver ENNIE for Best Layout and Design goes to Berserker.
Just do.
Hello, GenCon.
Start that again. Well, he needed to burp.
He needed to burp. He was looking at me saying you can burp if you want. Hello, GenCon.
John Ken. Is it recording?
Hello, GenCon, Indianapolis. I'm Sasha from SRG. This is Dom.
I'm Dom.
Yeah, we just want to say a big thank you for the award and thank you to all the people that helped Berserker come together. Artists, editors, everyone at SRG, but mainly Dom, he did the layout and design.
No, but mostly thank you to everyone who voted, because without them, we wouldn't have won.
All right. It's a great cover, by the way. The Gold ENNIE for Best Layout and Design goes to Warhammer, the Old World RPG Player's Guide. Give it up for Warhammer.
Hello. Thank you. This is incredible. While it's not Cubicle 7's first time at the Ennies, it is mine, and it's actually my first time at GenCon and in the States. So I just want to say thank you all so much for being such an incredible community and such an incredible experience, and you're all so friendly. So hi, and thank you from Ireland. I just want to say thank you so much to all of the voters and all of the judges, and to Games Workshop for letting us write and play in their incredible world. But I do just want to congratulate our amazing graphic design team. Graphic design is truly their passion. So just a shout out to Claudio, to Siobhan, and to Diana, who are incredibly talented and wonderful people, and they truly deserve this, and it's fantastic to accept this on their behalf. So thank you very much. Cheers. Thank you.
I played that game yesterday too. You can go over to their booth and actually get a demo. And now, it's best supplement. We're gonna turn it over to Mark. Mark Diaz-Truman, where are you? Hey, Mark. All right, it's all yours, buddy.
Thank you. Wonderful. We're going to do Best Supplement next. One of the best parts about RPGs is getting to expand on the awesome things that have already happened. So let's go ahead and take a look at these nominees. First, Legend in the Mist, Action Grimoire. Mystified by the Wanderer's Tomb. No Place Like Homebrew from Roll and Play Press. The Creative GM's Guide to Extraordinary Locations by Bluestone Books. The Painted Wastelands Player's Guide from Agamemnon Press. And the Silver ENNIE for Best Supplement goes to The Painted Wastelands Player's Guide.
Greetings, Lost Dreamers. I wrote this down. First, I'd like to thank our artist, Tim Malloy, whose world I wander and write about. I'd also like to thank my wife, Kayla, who is the best at selling books. I'd also like to thank my brother, Michael, who has always believed in me and has never doubted me for a second. I'd also like to thank Tony Vasinda and Plus One EXP, who's always treated me as a friend since the moment I met him. I'd like to thank John Livey, who is my only friend honest enough to tell me when my writing is dog water, and that's a rare friend indeed. Finally, thank you. Finally, this award is dedicated to all the cats in the world who make living in this cold world a little warmer. Thank you.
Good luck. The Gold ENNIE for Best Supplement goes to Legend in the Mist, Action Grimoire from Son of Oak.
Okay, this is crazy. Thank you. Again, I'm just going to say one thing about this. What's cool about this supplement is that narrative games have become so popular that we could actually take a whole chunk of the book out and make it a supplement for people who've never played narrative before. So it's like a help for people who haven't played narrative, because the core book is just that easy, and there are so many narrative players out there that enjoy this style of play. And this is just a super popular thing for all the other people who are joining now this amazing part of our hobby. So, to narrative games.
Next up, Best Setting. First nominee, the Dolman Wood Campaign Book from Exalted Funeral Press. Okay, this next one I practiced, and I think I probably still have wrong, but ENNIE Player's Guide by Open Sesame Games. The Grim Hollow Campaign Guide from Ghostfire Gaming. Household Volume 2 from Two Little Mice. And finally, Ryoko's Guide to the Yokai Realms from Loot Tavern Publishing. And the Silver ENNIE for Best Setting goes to Ryoko's Guide to the Yokai Realms.
Wow, I cannot believe we won an Emmy. I didn't even realize they did Emmys for books. That's just... Sorry, what? ENNIE? What's that? Gaming. Makes sense. So, is it televised or train station? Okay. Just kidding. We literally told everyone we knew about this, and there are so many people to thank, but luckily they're all in the credits of the book, so you can just go check that out. And I'll keep this short and sweet and just say thanks to all of our fans who voted for us. We're deep in the throes of book 2, and we'll have more playtest material out to you on Back of Kit soon, so go check it out. Bye.
For the record, this is a very nice train station. The award for the Gold ENNIE for Best Setting goes to Dolman Wood Campaign Book from Exalted Funeral Press.
Oh man, thank you. I got a little note card here now. I gotta get my shit together. A big thank you for this is going to be to Noah Green, who jumped in to save this project when it was really, really tough. Might not know that name, but everybody should. And with this, I'd like to also thank all of Exalted Funeral. We got a bunch of these members over here. Yeah, thank you guys. Everybody on the team puts in so much work all the time, no matter what, and they give it all their best. It's a lot. And, I really, really appreciate everything they've done, especially for this project and how much has gone on. So thank you guys. And thank you, everybody.
Congratulations. Wonderful. I'm going to pass it back to Professor Dungeon Master, which feels like one too many titles for a name, but we'll let it slide.
Hey, thank you, Martin. All right, best rules. A land wants magic from more blueberries. Daggerheart, Darrington Press. Legend in the Mist, Core Book, Son of Oak Game Studio. Sickest Witch Core Rulebook, Severed Books. Thieves of the Tome, First Pancake Studios. And the Silver ENNIE for best rules goes to Legend in the Mist, Core Book.
Thanks again. Okay, getting winded. I just want to thank our dev team, Kelly Black, Erana Viram, Dior Wilson, Itamar Karbian, and Christoph. And now I'm totally like getting drained of blood, so I'm gonna. I didn't really think there was, any chance that we would win anything in this category because best rules, right? I mean, it's got to be complicated. It's got to be super structured. But I think that's a great testament to where the hobby is going. And I want to thank Kevin Carpenter, who is the main person communicating the rules to our community through our video YouTube channel. Sorry, go ahead.
For all the forever GMs in the room, we know that one of the greatest struggles when we get a really cool game is getting other people into the game. And to do that, you need to explain how the game works as concisely as possible. Legend in the Mist, we explain it in the book, we explain it in the tutorial comic adventure, and on the Son of Oak YouTube channel, we explain it in our How to Play Legend in the Mist video series, which I was very fortunate to create along with me. Thank you all.
I love that tie. I love knit ties, but a tie knit out of chainmail.
Shout out to Phoenix, by the way, who custom made this chainmail tie. Thank you.
Chainmail tie, that is so cool. All right, the gold ENNIE for best rules goes to Daggerheart. Darrington Press.
Oh, man. Okay, I have people to thank this time. I blacked out last time. We're here, we're doing it. Thank you, everybody, for playing this game. It's truly been a dream come true for our entire team to make this. I need to thank, first of all, the whole Critical Role leadership for trusting us with making this kind of thing. It's no easy feat. And I also want to thank the team, the wider team at Critical Role, who've been working so hard to get this game in people's hands, and are working the booth and are probably still in the room taking care of everything while we get to be here. So thank you, the whole Darrington Press team, for all of their support. Thank you so much. It takes a village to make a game like this. And I couldn't have a better village surrounding all of us. I also want to thank all of our amazing freelancers, the writers, the designers, the producers, and artists, in particular on the core book, Mike Underwood and Carlos Cisco for other design stuff. Incredible work helping to shape this, and Rowan Hall on our team as well was so fundamental to shaping the rules themselves and getting it right. Rob Abair, was the first one to run this game besides me and give me feedback, so I'm so thankful to everybody. And I also want to thank Elise Resendez, who is our wonderkin producer, and without whom I think it would have fallen apart. And finally, I just want to thank all of you, because there's a reason we make games, and it's to tell stories with our friends, and I hope you get to do that. Thank you.
Congratulations again.
So much. Appreciate you.
All right, best writing. Making Enemies, Monster Design Inspiration Gallery Books. Piaget 1348, Need Games. Pirouette, Innocent Goblin TTRPGs. Rapscallion, Magpie Games. Story Bake, Tiny Ghost Chef Games. And the best writing goes to the Silver Ennie. Silver Ennie for best writing goes to Rapscallion.
Oh, it's amazing. Wonderful. This is actually the first time I think that Magpie has ever been nominated for Best Writing. And we're very, very excited because this wonderful, amazing game of found family and weird, queer, odd pirates was written by this amazing person that I met a few years ago at Metatopia named Whistler. And I walked into the room to try this pirate game, this pirate powered by the apocalypse game, and I immediately was like, oh my God, this person is incredible. Because they are a designer and a writer and an illustrator, and they do all three of those things probably better than me, and it's not fair because I maybe do one of those things well, and they do all three. So I'm gonna read to you what Whistler has to say because they're not here, unfortunately, and it's beautiful. So, hello Ennies, this is Whistler. My apologies for not being able to make it in person this year. I just wanted to say that first, I am deeply confounded, flabbergasted that Rapscallion was nominated for ENNIE in the first place, since it is my first tabletop RPG project. But second, despite all the confusion, I am so grateful for the support shown to me here in the ENNIES Awards, but also through the long 7-year timeline for this project. The wonderful folks who first place tested at Metatopia, the people who bought the ash can, those who joined me for Rapscallion one-shots in local libraries, everyone who sent me emails with their wild, crazy stories, the crazy skilled and supportive Magpie writers and editors and managers, and most dearly, the 3 dedicated playtesters who weathered a giant 3-year game for me. Thank you, everyone. It has been a real delight. I cannot wait to make more games. I want to say this, Whistler is an incredible, incredible artist, and I hope you all take the time to get to know them, because this is not their last RPG.
Congratulations again. Congratulations again. Thank you so much. All right, and the gold ENNIE for best writing goes to Making Enemies Monster Design Inspiration.
It is an incredible honor to be nominated in the Best Writing category for a second time. Thank you, ENNIE's judges, for the nomination, and thank you to every gamer out there who cast a vote for Making Enemies. Good writing doesn't happen by itself, let alone at the push of a button. And I want to thank the people who helped make Making Enemies happen and whose contributions elevated it. My copy editor, Emily Saliu. From one copy editor to another, you know your stuff like no one else I've ever met. To all the designers who agreed to let me interview them and publish our conversations about monster design, Willie Abil, Banana Chan, Kelsey Dion, Mike Mason, Mike McHarg, James Mendez-Hodes, and Chris S. Sims. Teos Abadia and Sean Merwin for inspiring me to take up the topic of monster design. The editorial staff of the late Metroland Newsweekly, where I developed my voice as a writer, especially Stephen Leon, Susan Mihalik, Mike Goodrow, and Kerry Lynch. My first copy desk chief, Rick Mark, who taught me never to use currently or located. And all the readers of my blog and my books who've told me how my work changed their games for the better. It's a rough world right now, and your generous words give me the energy to keep going. Thank you.
All right. And for you would-be writers out there, because I was a 30-year English teacher, you can also eliminate the word that in about 90% of all cases. That. All right, we got the 2027 26 Fan Award for Best Publisher. And the nominees are Avantress Entertainment, Free League Publishing, Darrington Press, Chaosium, Necrotic Gnome, Paizo, Studio Agate, Two Little Mice, Arcane Library, and Exalted Funeral. And there's only a gold one for this one, right? Only a gold. And the fan award for Best Publisher goes to Avantress Entertainment.
Okay, wow, I was not expecting this. While I may talk good while being an internet clown, I'm still awkward on stage. I apologize. I want to thank everyone who voted for us. You know, we're very new. And I want to thank this entire industry who was so welcoming. We wanted to make games for a very long time, and with the incredible Kickstarter backers that we had, we were able to kickstart our dreams into making games, something that had been a dream for all of us for a very long time. And I mean, along the way, when we did our first Kickstarter, we finally met people, and they're like, "Are you like sure? Do you know how to do this?" And we're like, "Well, we've done a lot of research," and we realized very quickly how little we knew. And we made every mistake in the book, a lot of blood, sweat, and tears, and we did so many things wrong, and a lot of painful learnings. But it's all things where the team came together, and I'm very proud of what we've achieved. And it's an honor to be among such amazing games across every nominee, across every category. And I think that this is the coolest thing in the world, is to work in the best hobby in the world. This is the greatest thing you can do with your friends, tell stories together, and share those experiences. And I want to thank all of our backers, all of our community, and and for all of the people who discovered tabletop gaming through us, through our content. I want to thank you, and I want to encourage you. This is the greatest hobby in the world. And as you dive into the Crooked Moon or anything else, there are other amazing publishers, there are other amazing game systems. There's so many ways to enjoy this hobby. Please go and try everything. There's no wrong way to play, and there's amazing ways to play. Thank all of you so much. Thank you.
Congratulations again. He's got more gold than Mr. T. All right. Coming down to the big ones. Best game. Coriolis, the Great Dark Core Rulebook by Free League. Daggerheart Core Set, Darrington Press. Legend in the Mist Core Book, Son of Oak Game Studio. Sickest Witch Core Rulebook, Severed Books. Thieves of the Tome, First Pancake Studios. And the Silver ENNIE for Best Game goes to Legend in the Mist Core Book.
Thank you. Thank Okay, now it's serious. It's been very serious all along, but I'm beyond words. Thank you very much for everyone. I'd like to say a couple of thanks. First and foremost, I'd like to thank my husband, Mark Corbin, who's right there, for the support and for believing in me, Mark. You're the best for 10 years of this journey. I love you. Secondly, I'd like to thank all of the Son of Oak team, everybody who's worked on this game for 2.5 years, very rigorously, from the dev team, the artists, the editors, the production designers, and also operations, logistics, support. There are so many people that have helped bring this game to life. And of course, last but not least, our community and our backers, without whom we'll never be, we would have never been here.
I just kind of want to build on the thank you to the community. Games are nothing without people to play them, and especially with Legend in the Mist, it has been so great to see within the community when people have rules questions, people immediately jump in. It's like, this is how this works. When people have ideas for characters, people jump in. It's like, oh, it'd be cool if it was this. When people have ideas for adventures, people jump in and help, and it's amazing to see so many people come together over a shared passion of a game, and that's really what this is all about.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. And the gold ENNIE for best game, Daggerheart, Core Set, Darrington Press.
So this journey started quite a long time ago, and it started with failure. Started with a lot of failure, and that's what it takes. You fail, and you pick up, and you start again. And these two incredible humans are the only reason that I'm alive. There are so many people to thank, but we sort of were in the trenches from the beginning, and I'm so thankful to the two of you. This would not be what it is without these wonderful humans. So give them a round of applause. There are so many people in our credits. I wish I could list every one of them, but it takes a village to make this, and I do want to list some. We said before Carlos Cisco, and I want to thank John Harper as well, who consulted on this and was so wonderful. One of those brilliant minds in game design. Matthew Mercer, who has been incredibly supportive the whole way and has brought such brilliant ideas to the game. Alex Oboldi, Mike Underwood, who we said before, Layla Adelman, Magay Baker, who came on and wrote some stuff with us, Banana Chan, Chris Davidson, Rudicki, Felix Isaacs, who came on and helped us shape some of the way in which we did campaign frames, Aaron Roberts, Devin Rue, Rogan Shannon, Mark Thompson, who made the incredible wheelchair mechanics that are in the core game. And it was really important to us that it felt accessible from the beginning. Eugenio Vargas and Chris Willett, who made the incredible language in the Motherboard campaign. Anyway, there's so many artists, so many people, but the last people I want to thank here on stage are our editors. Because I think without our editors, we would all be lost. And Laura Hirschbrunner, Sadie Lowry, Amber Litkey, and everybody else who had a hand in this. Editors, we owe you our lives. This book would not be what it was. And thank you so much for this honor.
Congratulations, man. Congratulations. Congratulations. All right. And now we come to the product of the year, the big one. Coriolis, the Great Dark Core Rulebook, Free League. Let's give it up for them. Daggerheart, Darrington Press. Dolmenwood, Campaign Book, Exalted Funeral. Legend in the Midst, Core Book, Son of Oak Game Studio. The Menagerie of Unbearable Things by Tanya Herrero. The Bonsai Diary by Sticky Doodler. The Crooked Moon Ultimate Edition. The Field Guide to Floral Dragons box set, Hit Point Press. The Spark Devil, H.P. Lovecraft Historical Society. The White Horse of Lowvale, Tanya Herrero. And the Silver ENNIE for Product of the Year goes to Daggerheart, Darrington Press. Give it up for them.
Hello, everyone. Sometimes it takes a village, and sometimes that village is a family, and very often that family is a found one. And this family, very particularly and specifically, was found at Big Bad Con many, many, many years ago. From Danny Gage, Madigan Hunt, Alex Uboldi, Spencer Stark, Rowan Hall, Rob Aber, Jeremy Crawford, Chris Perkins, to many, many more, Daggerheart has been a true labor of love. Sean Ellis, our incredible art director, Sadie Lowry, our incredible editor. So many of these people have come together to make an incredible game that has brought people together in a world that they can build with one another at their table. I would also like to thank everyone at Critical Role to give us an incredible space with which to build such a game. They believed in us. They believed in Spencer when he pitched this many moons ago. One day on a Skype call that was like, oh man, we should probably make a game ourselves. And Spencer said, we can. And then he built a team, bringing us all together to do this. For anyone who has brought anything from ideation to print, to production, to delivery, you know that you are fighting the ocean, you are fighting taxes, you are fighting VAT, you are fighting logistics, you are fighting third-party publishers. There are so many people through the chain of command that bring this thing into fruition. And for everyone on our team, we thank you so much for bringing this game into a reality. I would also like to say one last thing as someone who is bi-coastal, half of my time in California, half of my time in Pennsylvania. My husband has given me up for the last 3 years and 3 Christmases in a row for 50% of the time. When I am away from you, I miss you. When I am with you, I miss no one else. Thank you, everyone. Congratulations on all the winners.
Congratulations again. Congratulations again. Congratulations. Congratulations again. All right. The Gold ENNIE for Product of the Year. Can I get a drum roll, please? Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. The Gold ENNIE for Product of the Year goes to The Crooked Moon Ultimate Edition.
Hey, wow, this is unexpected. This is everyone in this room who has contributed to the Crooked Moon. If there's anyone that I haven't seen that has, please come up. I've talked a lot, and I just want to, and so I'll pass the mic, but I just want to say that it was said on the stage the failure and the repeated failure, that being a very huge part of our journey. Like I said, we made so many mistakes along the way, and there's so much blood, sweat, and tears. But the team that brought the Crooked Moon, from every step of the way, from ideation to planning to the Kickstarter to the writing to the creation to the fulfillment, pulled together, and there was so much blood, sweat, and tears, and it was truly a labor of love to get it done and get it to all the people who supported us. And we've learned so many lessons, and I can't wait to apply that to what we do next. And there's so many people. There's so many more people beyond the stage. And I'm going to let my friends here discuss some of them, but I want to first call out the incredible art team on this, the look and the feel of the Crooked Moon, the folk horror aesthetic, and our unique weaving of that with the Dungeons & Dragons aesthetic through the masterful layout of Jelka Ludovig. We also have our incredible art directors, Suzanne Helmai and Ona Christensen, and so many incredible artists, a massive roster who contributed their own unique styles to lend their style to these folktales. And of course, our incredible writers and designers, including Dan Dillon.
Thank you. The heart of a role-playing game is the people who gather around the table to play it together and tell their stories, and the soul is the game itself. And I have to thank everyone who touched the words of this book to make it happen. And that starts kind of from the top and down. Andy Flynn, Mikey Gilder, Richie Gilder, Derek Hudson, Nikki Pacheco, Tommy Gofton, Joey Hake, Sen Fung Lim, Ginny Loveday, Paladin Mendenhall, Sean Merwin, Adam Novich, Alan Patrick, Jerry Red Shepherd, Brandis Stoddard, Elisa Teague, KP Upadhyayula, B. Dave Walters, Tony Winslow Brill, Jessica Gombart, and a very special 11th hour saving our butts thank you to Aaron Wood. So thank you everyone who made this happen. And on a personal note, not connected directly to the writing of the book, Jeremy, thanks for everything.
Yeah, to layer on, I will also thank the production team that makes our content possible, that has helped fuel everything that went into the Crooked Moon. And I will reiterate the logistics and fulfillment team, all of the coordinators who have made this possible. I also have to thank my very best friends, Mikey, Richie, Andy, Mace, Nikki, and Kelsey. And I want to thank the partners who have also made this possible. Lauren, I love you with all of my heart. Thank you.
What's good? I'm Mendez. I was the cultural consultant, and I'm always really, really excited when someone admits that they had a cultural consultant. That's really important to me. But yeah, all too often, like, cultural consulting is like, they just bring us in to like say what not to do, and this wasn't that experience. Like, I got to contribute creatively to the final product in a way that surprised and warmed my heart. So thank you so much for letting me be here with you.
Thank you.
And with that, it is such an honor and a privilege to be among so many incredible games, and thank you all for being so welcoming to us as first-time publishers and newcomers. I just want to thank all of you for being part of this incredible community, and it means so much to us. Thank you.
All right, before we break up, before we go, because I know you want to share on social media with your families because you won, we're going to invite all the winners up to take a group photo. All right, so I'm going to ask them, and that's before my closing remarks. They let me write my own closing remarks. I'm probably going to make an episode about this. I always comment on the trends that I see, and the trend that I see this year is cats. And I got 3 things to say. Number one, make more games. Number two, tomorrow in that exhibitor hall, you go buy more games. And most importantly, play more games. And that's it for the 2026 ENNIE Awards. I'm Professor Dungeon Master. I'm out of here. All right, winners, get up here. Get up here. As they come up, I want to give them another. Give them.